Hello everybody, and in this video you're going to be watching me play out a 1v5 in Supremacy and somehow ending up winning. So I loaded into this match and I saw that we were in a 2v6. We loaded, I saw our little guardian standing there like, what's up, we're gonna fight, and there was only 2 of us. So I checked and I was like, okay, there's 6 people on the other team, that's really weird, but maybe there was a team with us and they left and we're gonna get some people back later, probably, right? Well, no, that never happened. We never got any other teammates added to our team. So I played for a little bit with this one other person who was on my team. I was using Lumina because I was trying to get gameplay with Lumina. And of course, the way that you make Lumina work is by shooting other people with your Healy balls of healing. And it increases your weapon damage and their weapon damage. So I was like, okay, one other person, it's not too bad. It's going to be a little bit more difficult to shoot people with the ball because I don't tend to play with my teammates that closely. So it might be a little bit difficult, but I figured I'd try it out anyway. So we're playing through this game and he ends up leaving, and that leaves me in a 1v5 because there's one other person on the enemy team that also leaves. And that is how the game plays out, as a 1v5. No one else joins, no one else leaves. So I decided to play it out because honestly it's kind of fun to just see what you can do when you're in that kind of situation. I don't know why my teammate left because I find these situations fun. You know, how often does the game throw something at you where you're in a lobby by yourself or just with one other person and you can try and kill as many people as possible? But that's kind of how I like playing the game in general. I like going into situations where I'm like, this looks bad, but I'm gonna try it anyway. So we're playing the game, teammate leaves. I realized that using Lumina is probably not the best gun that I could use to win this 1v5 because Lumina is all about shooting your teammates, and if I have no teammates, I can't shoot them. So I do end up switching to Crimson a little bit further down the line of this gameplay. So I guess I might as well tell you guys what loadout I was using just in general. So this was one of the games where I was trying out Gemini Jesters again because I think Gemini Jesters are really fun, especially with Top Tree Nightstalker, because you dodge, you take away their radar, and you also go invisible. So it's really confusing for people when they can't see you and they can't see you on the radar. Destiny is a game that definitely puts a lot of importance on the radar, so anytime you can do anything to get rid of someone's radar, it really works out in your advantage. And I thought this is perfect for a 1v5 where I can just roll around and take away their radar. This is gonna be great. It's gonna enable me to maybe pick up a few more kills where I wouldn't have been able to pick up those kills. So I end up switching to Crimson. I have the Trial shotgun, which, of course, if you didn't play Trials, you won't be able to get that shotgun. But it's not the best shotgun in the world. I just honestly really like the way it looks. And it performs pretty well. It has slide shot. So if you are running Gambler's Dodge, so you're not getting that reload dodge, you're using the other one, it's actually kind of nice to have something with slide shot because it enables me to reload very quickly without having to change to Marksman's Dodge. So I tend to really like slide shot for that reason. It also does do other cool things, but I do like it for that reason, especially in a situation where I'm in a 1v5, because if I have 2 shotgun shots and I use those 2 shotgun shots and I need to use it again, I can just slide and reload my gun and I'm good to go. So the reason I switched to Crimson out of all the guns that I could have switched to, I was thinking of using a pulse rifle, but the reason that I stuck with Crimson is because every time you get a kill with Crimson, it reloads your gun and it heals you. So I think I ended up having a pretty decent loadout for a 1v5. So I think it ended up working pretty well. Now, I will say that I don't think that this game is the absolute best game ever and I'm freaking great at this game and I'm a god. I don't think that at all. And I don't actually think that it's a huge feat for me to have won this Supremacy game, because if I get a lead at any point, even if it's a 1-point lead, all I would have to do is make sure that I kill 1 person for every time I die. Well, I guess technically I'd have to make sure I pick up 1 crest for every time I die. However, saying that, it should have been pretty easy for the enemy team to win as well, even though it is a fact that I have 5 crests available to me and they only have 1. So that's definitely an advantage for me, right? Because I could potentially get 5 crests per life, which means that I'd be getting 5 and they could only possibly get 1 because it's just me. But considering that it is Supremacy, if the enemy team plays together at all, it's going to be very difficult for me to not only get the kills because there'll be multiple people shooting me, but it'll be very difficult for me to get the crest. Because if there's even 2 people standing together shooting me, if I take down 1, which is awesome, like that would be a great thing for me to take down 1 in a 2v1, it's going to be difficult for me to run out there and get the crest, right? Because I'm going to be damaged because I was in this fight, unless Crimson heals me, of course. And I'm going to have to run out there, get the crest. So I essentially have to kill everyone who is around me. If I am in a 1v2, I have to kill those 2 people to be able to get both of those crests. So it's kind of a situation where it's all or nothing. It's very difficult to be in a 2v1 or a 1v3 or whatever it is, kill 1 person and get that tag and run away. It's very difficult. It's quite easy for them to stop me from doing that. So I think that both sides had an advantage. I had an advantage in that there's a ton of crests for me to get, and they had an advantage in that it would be quite easy for them to stop me from picking up any of those crests. But like I said, as soon as I got an advantage, it's quite easy for me to keep that advantage up, because I only need 1 crest per death, and then I'm still keeping up with it. So this was a ton of fun. I definitely don't want to say that these players are bad by any means. I would never want that to be the case. I just had a ton of fun trying to push myself to win in a situation that was looking like I wasn't gonna be able to win it. So I think that's about it. I went through my class setup and what I load out and all that stuff, just in case anyone was wanting to know what I was using. So maybe give this a try. Gemini Jesters are honestly so good. I know there was a point where everyone was using Gemini Jesters because Nightstalker invisibility completely dropped aim assist. So shooting people that were invisible was freaking impossible. And then taking away their radar was just an extra kick in the nuts. But honestly, they're still really good. In Destiny, if you can take away someone's radar, they get very confused because their radar is such an integral part of the game. So Gemini Jesters are always going to be a pretty solid option. But yeah, I'm going to stop rambling because I think that's about all I have to say besides me just rambling. So I hope you guys do enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I'm going to kind of just let the rest of the gameplay roll out. There's not a ton of time left, to be honest. And you can watch me do some really dumb stuff and then also sometimes do some cool stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments section if you were put into a 1v5 or a 1v6, what would be the loadout that you would use that you think would really make you come out on top of that situation. Let me know in the comments section, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and I will speak to you awesome people later. Bye.
One minute left. Seconds. 10 seconds. victory is all I ask. Good. You won today, but respect your opponents. Defeat comes for us all.